Cloud. Okay. And then I'm gonna go like that. Like and there it is. All you. Okay, good evening, welcome to the January 15th, 14th, 2026 Board of Directors meeting. We'll start out by doing a roll call. So Andre King, he wrote that he couldn't be. Okay. Harry McRae.
Here.
Harry is here? Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, good. Steve Leibowitz.
Steve here.
I'm Mary Rose Grady.
I'm here.
Philip Morris.
No.
David O'Rourke.
Devin.
Devin.
That's right.
Devin O'Rourke.
There he is.
Okay. Gary Amadeus, President. Alicia.
Nope.
Okay. Kelly Robson.
Nope.
Brad Schiff.
Here.
He said he couldn't come.
Esmeralda Martinez.
Nope.
Catherine. She's
Here.
He's right there.
Here.
Please
All right.
be safe, Catherine.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay. Kathy McNamara. Vedna.
I'm
Pat.
here. Yep, I'm here.
Vedna.
Vedna said she couldn't come.
Okay. Gina.
I don't see Angina.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be here a little later.
Alexis Higgins.
She said she couldn't make it.
Okay. Tyler Medley.
I don't see him.
Robert, we don't see either.
No.
And Roger Roger.
He said he was here earlier. He's here. I see his.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. And Melissa.
Here.
All right.
Good.
So let's see how many that is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? So we need to suspend 2, right? Because a quorum for us is 11 out of 20. Okay. So right now we have 9 out of 20. If we suspend 2, then we will have 9 out of 18. No, you need to suspend 3. You need more than.
You need one more than half.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so we need to suspend 3. Right now you can decide Yarmouth, Mashpee, and Nantucket if you would like.
Those are the ones that we suspended. We suspended 4 last month,
There
I
are
thought.
more than that. I was just going in
I was
the
just
order.
wondering if we should just keep on suspending the same ones.
I don't have the same, I don't have that up. Let me see if I have the minutes of who it was got suspended. Jen is on vacation this week, so
Only just Mashpee, Upper Cape Tech, Goro. Oh, those are the 3 that we suspended last time.
all right, well, you could do them again plus DY if you want, but it's up to you. I mean, it's up to you all. It would be, you need 4.
Okay, well, I would make the motion that we suspend Mashpee, Upper Cape Tech, Truro, and DY for the purposes of a quorum.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
So that was, for the purposes of Jen, who's going to listen to this recording later, that was moved by Mary Rose, seconded by Steve. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And we have to do a roll call for that. Carrie.
Yes, I'm good.
Steve.
Yes.
Mary Rose.
Yes.
Devin.
Yes.
Okay. Terry Ann, yes. Catherine.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Roger.
Yes.
Okay, and Melissa.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That passed unanimously.
So now, is there a motion for the minutes? Okay, Mary Rose make.
Yeah, I'd like to make the motion to approve the minutes, but I would like to just discuss one thing once it's come open.
Oh, okay. Is there a second? Okay, so before we vote,
So who made
I'll
the
make a
second?
second. Nobody else raises hand.
So moved to accept the minutes by Mary Rose, seconded by Terry Ann.
Okay, and now discussion.
Just a silly little thing, but on page 3, under the Dennis Court site, it says the lease expires in August of 2026 with the bid for space plan for winter of 2026. Winter bid have to come before the lease expires?
Yes, so that's winter is before spring. Right?
No, this in August of 2026, this summer.
That's when the lease expires.
Right.
So we're gonna do the bid this winter.
I don't understand. If it's already expired, why are you bidding for it? Can you explain?
It's not expired.
Oh,
It expires this coming August,
right.
but we have to do a bid this winter, which is before that,
Like February,
Now.
March.
like now.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like December was that what I was thinking for winter. I'm sorry.
No, I get it completely, but I was like, what am I missing right now? No, I hear you.
Thanks for making that straight. I appreciate it. So now we just have to vote.
Yeah, okay. So this will be a vote on the minutes. Mary,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Mary Rose,
Yes,
Devin,
Yes.
Mary Ann,
Yes.
Mary Ann, yes, Catherine,
Catherine, yes.
Kathy,
Abstain.
okay, Roger, and Melissa.
Yes.
Abstain.
Okay, so that's two abstentions and
Who abstained, Melissa and Kathy, right? Okay. Great.
so moving on, we will hear the executive director's report.
All right, let me share. I'm very excited tonight because, well, you'll see in a second. If you were here, you'd see it IRL, but spoiler alert. Oh, wrong screen, wrong. We are very excited to welcome our new Waypoint Academy director. So Chris Oliva is coming to start as our director of Waypoint Academy on February 2nd. Chris is here tonight, so I don't know if you could, Chris, can you wave? Yeah, there you can see him. I also just made him take a picture before the meeting started and threw it up on the slide deck. And so Chris started with us as a paraprofessional many years ago. Not many, a few. Okay. Then became a special education teacher, left Waypoint and the collaborative to go up to New Bedford as a teacher, and then moved into the principal at New Bedford Public Schools Trinity Day Academy, which is their therapeutic day school, where he's been in New Bedford for 10 years. And I'll let Chris introduce himself a little bit more, but I don't know if there's anyone happier than Dr. Woodward. That Chris, except maybe Chris's wife, because he's not going to be commuting as much as he has been. But we are thrilled to have Chris join our team. I said to the folks here, we started strategic planning on Monday, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the agenda. But Chris came on Monday night to join in our strategic planning process. I met him maybe 4 or 5 times now, and within like seconds of meeting him, I just felt like, oh yeah, he's one of us. He's a collaborative, like roll up your sleeves, kids first. That was what struck me about Chris and why I'm so excited to have him on board. Everything was about what do kids need? What do we do for kids? The adults are important and we want to make sure the adults can do what they need for kids. But we are here to serve children. So with that, I will turn it over to Chris. I didn't tell him I was going to do this. Say hello. Say a little bit about himself, and then if any of you have questions, feel free. Okay.
So thank you for having me this evening. Very excited to get going. As Hope just mentioned, Monday really got the blood flowing for me. Just the excitement to see where the direction of Waypoint Academy is going is somewhere I've always wanted to be. I really wanted to have more of an impact on my community. I live in Hyannis, so that commute to New Bedford for over 10 years was quite the commute. I'll be driving 82 less miles a day. I've narrowed that down, so I'm pretty excited about this and this opportunity. My door's always open, my phone's always on. Please reach out if you have any questions, concerns, anything. I'm just really excited to get started. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming tonight. I knew the board would be really excited to see you in person or on the screen, but I do know you're working full time in New Bedford. So I will open it up if there are questions. And Mary Rose, I'm looking at you.
I know, I'm sorry. No, I'm just so excited. You were a para before at Waypoint, so
Correct.
you saw it years ago,
Correct.
and do you see a lot of difference in it now, or?
Sure, good question. Yeah, so I was a para, a teacher, a lead teacher, then a principal. So
Yeah.
I believe the best leaders kind of have a good understanding of every position and what it takes.
Yeah.
So I'm a little biased with that, but that's
Mhm.
true. Yes, where it was when I left is a little different, right? I haven't been in the building with students yet, so I can't give
Yeah.
you a full
Yeah.
rundown, but my goal is to have Waypoint back to, that thriving school population, especially,
Yeah.
right? My school currently has 97 students
Nice.
that I work with in New Bedford. So I'm really looking to up those numbers over the next couple of years. I think something we really connected on was I'm not here for a year or two. I really picture myself being here long term.
Yes.
So that's our goal here is to really work together and be here long term.
Well, we're very excited and welcome.
When Britt was here, the school was on the base.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Right,
That was
that
my
was
next question.
left.
Was
And then-
and sandwich, yeah.
And then it went to wing and then.
Yeah.
So, so there've been a lot of changes, but I just love, and I'm a little biased this way too. I started as a substitute and then was a para. I've driven a bus, like
Yeah.
I think it is really important that you,
From the ground up.
yeah, you really see all the pieces.
Really do.
So
It gives you such a good understanding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree.
other questions for Chris?
Can I just make a comment? Chris, I don't know if you remember me.
I do. How are you?
Good. That was so exciting to see this. I think it's great how it circles back, and I think that they made out really well by bringing you back on board. So that's exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I remember sharing lunches with you.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, Chris has a collaborative email set up, but he is, again, not working for us until February 2nd. But just so you know, you can reach out there. And once he's on board, he'll get back to you as well, or reach out to any of us and we'll connect you as well. All right. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
So strategic planning is the next part of my report. As we mentioned, we had our first big team meeting. There'll be 5 of these, which is the 30+ person strategic planning group that's made up of collaborative staff and administrators. It's made up of 2 of your counterparts, 2 of your board members, who I'm going to ask to just say a little bit about it in a minute. We have a superintendent, we have several assistant superintendents, special education directors, parent, we have a parent, and we have a student who will join us for the third, 4th, and probably 5th session, from a Waypoint student who will be joining us. But we had our first session Monday night, and we're having it at Osterville Library, which I think the space seemed good. And Dr. Pam Gould is the facilitator from TLA, and she walked us through the first section, which was rewriting our mission, our vision, and creating core values, because the collaborative hasn't had a set of core values that. Again, I'll stop talking on this part and see if Terry Ann and or Catherine would like to participate, or any of the rest of the team who was there.
I would say that Pam is a monumentally good facilitator. I mean, we got so much done in
2 hours?
2 hours, and it was good to just, for me to always, that's why I like being on the collaborative, to work with other people from other districts, and there was some competition among the groups. Both kept trying to get everybody to vote for the number 1 stuff.
First one.
For core values statements is what.
All right, I like a good anacron, like an acrostic.
Yeah.
So I made one collab with my team, and then we came up, but whatever. The nice thing about Pam too, having a facilitator is, and this is all jokes aside, it's not my plan, it's the collaborative's plan.
Yeah.
I'm a participant just like everybody else. So it really ensures that all voices are represented and heard and valued in the same, there's a joke that I like my ideas, but Julia likes her ideas too, is all I'm saying. But I think that makes, we partnered with TLA, we made a financial commitment with them to hire Pam to do this. It's well worth the money, in my opinion, for that reason alone.
Yeah.
So, Catherine, did you have any comments?
Yes, I just wanted to reiterate what Terry said. I felt we got so much done. I was wondering, how are we ever going to accomplish this? And but we were on task. We had examples. I like that we got to look at the examples from other collaboratives from other districts about from mission statements and the opportunity to start thinking about what our core values are. I mean, the 2 hours went by extremely quickly.
Yes,
And
I agree.
And I felt that we did, there was a lot of good that came out of it. I'm sure that we'll come up with something catchy.
I'm always trying for the two for, marketing plus, because we are a business on top of an educational service agency. One thing too that I want to make sure the board knows is that as we come to sort of draft consensus around the mission, the vision, the core values and the rest of it, your reps are representing you. So if there are things you want them to ensure that they bring to the group, please reach out to Catherine and or Terry Ann or me. But at the same time, we'll also bring back to you the work as every board meeting, it will be on the agenda until we have a draft plan to share with you. And ultimately, the plan does not get adopted unless the board votes to adopt it. So please know you still have the final decision on the strategic plan. And we really do want you to feel as much a part of it as you'd like to be. So, and again, Patrick and Troy and Julia and Joan, I don't know if there were any, Chris too, sorry, if there were any pieces that you wanted to comment on. No.
Just maybe look forward to the next one.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
not, doesn't usually happen.
No, I feel like I'm going to throw Troy under the bus. I mean, a little bit, because today we have our admin meeting, our big group admin meeting once a month right before this meeting. And then the rest of the weeks we meet separately with like transportation on one side and programs on the other. But today was the big group and strategic planning. I said, just getting a sense from you all of what did you think? And Troy, do you want to say what you said? She said, I have to admit, I was dreading it driving over there. But I thought it was really good and we got a lot done. And I was like, oh, preach. Anything that gets me out after dark and I'm not in my pajamas, I'm with you on. But yeah, I agree. I don't know, Joan, if you, how you, because you've done this in other districts too.
Right. And kind of juxtaposed to what Troy said, I said, I was actually really looking forward to it. And then I just thought the efficiency of the meeting, what we were able to cover, I thought the groups, the way that Pam had put us into the groups, there was such a nice representation amongst the groups, and then also just everyone that was participating. When you think about the stakeholder groups, it was wonderful, and I felt that Pam was kind of masterful in how she moved us from the mission statement through the core values into like the vision statement, and people were like on their game by the vision statement, and it was just the energy in the groups and amongst the groups was palpable and energetic, and I feel that really helped to drive us forward. We got a lot done, and I look forward to our next meeting as well.
Yeah, Pam told us that TLA, which is Teaching Learning Alliance, which is the organization that we partnered with, they are doing 13 strategic plans across the Commonwealth this year. And she is personally doing either 7 or 8 of them. And they know what they're doing. Yeah. So thank you to the board for approving us to be able to run it this way. I really firmly believe that you get out of it what you put into it. And we are demonstrating to our constituencies that this is very important, and it is. So that's strategic planning. Next, I'm gonna talk about, maybe. There we go. I want to just give you a little bit of an update about the current status on professional development, consultation, and our Job-alike groups, and then let you know that we're going to be posting for a position for July 1. That is one we didn't fill this year when Chris Bogdan retired. So first, I don't know that we talk about this a ton, but I think we talk about our professional development with the board pretty regularly, our All Cape Day, our other sessions that we run, and that's continuing. You know, when Chris Bogdan retired in June, who was our director of special projects, I took that role on for this year with the expectation that we would be looking to expand that into a full-time position for next year. And so we have several PDs that we are offering and have offered. One thing that we're doing this year that I think used to happen in the past, but we're reinvigorating is our in-district consultation model. So for example, a district reaches out and says, we have this in-district program that it's not going great. We'll send out one of our staff members, our BCBA, our school counselor, it depends on what the need is. Dr. Woodward is doing it in one district this year. And for a small fee, but just to cover sort of the cost of the expertise, we go in, observe, make recommendations, and then coach along the way. And so that's a piece that allows you all to keep your kids in district, in the programs you're building, but get some help from our experts here at the collaborative who deal with and are experts in kids with significant disabilities. So I wanted to just put that out there, that one of the things in my sort of first year that I really wanted to focus on is expanding and diversifying our revenue streams so that transportation isn't carrying all the weight of our overhead. Our programs are expensive to run, and we run them at a deficit because we couldn't get the tuitions would be too high otherwise. So in order to do that and make sure we can meet the needs of the kids that we serve here, we need to have other revenue streams that are picking up some of that, particularly the administrative overhead. So that's one way that we're doing that. We also currently this is not something we charge for, but we host Job-alike groups monthly for our districts. So Mr. Murphy has the directors of finance, the business managers. They come here once a month. When Dr. Woodward is not playing as the director of Waypoint, she attends the business manager monthly meetings as well, so that business managers are hearing the sort of special education decisions that are being made. And Joan, Dr. Woodward, runs a Job-alike group for special ed directors on the Cape and Islands. And Patrick attends those meetings. And the goal of those is that business managers and special education directors, all of us have worked in districts before, they didn't always talk to each other. That's what we discovered. So something happens at a meeting at the collaborative for the special ed directors, and the business managers never hear about it. And so Patrick is the bridge for that, and Joan is the bridge for that. And that's been a few years, 2 years now they've been doing that, and it's working really well. We also have a Job-alike for curriculum directors and assistant superintendents. Currently, I run that. We meet tomorrow morning. So I have to go to Roach Brothers on my way in. And that group has been remarkably robust this year. I'm so excited about it. We are collaborating and joining and putting our resources together to do PD, to write curriculum. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and it's very fulfilling for me. It's how Joan felt about going to strategic planning is how I feel about curriculum nerds. And we have really good representation from all our districts at these meetings. So next year, we are looking to expand those offerings. Again, right now, they don't cost the district anything. I don't even know that they should or will, but we think that team chairs in the districts could benefit from having a Job-alike opportunity. ELL teachers, so English language education teachers, really the school psychs, there's a lot of opportunity for growth to support your in-district people so that your kids can stay in district as much as possible. And with that, we will be posting, and so Chris was the director of special projects, I think was his title, and it was a part-time position. I am recommending that we expand the position, which again is not news to any of you because I think I've been saying that since I got here. But right now, just workshopping the title of Director of Professional Growth and Service Innovation. And so what this person will do is pick up all of the special projects work that Dr. Bogdan did, plus expand our PD offerings, and then really think outside the box with districts about diversifying the innovative practices we can provide to districts. For example, I meet with our technology consultant, Leo Brem, who happens to be the director of finance at Dighton Rehoboth, but he consults for technology to us. We meet once a month and we talk about ways that the collaborative can sort of be the hub of technological solutions for districts. So for example, virtual high school is one that we currently do. We purchase slots for virtual high school at a very reduced rate that the districts can then get for half to less than half than they would get on their own. And we do all the sort of logistical work of it, and districts benefit from that. Right now, I'm overseeing that. This person would oversee that. But we're also doing it with tech services. So for example, there's a program called, oh my God, it's going to escape me. It's the kid from Go Teacher. Thank you. I'm like the kid from Albania who I'm going to visit. This amazing Harvard grad. I call him a kid. That's very inappropriate because he's probably in his 20s, but they all look like kids to me now. He has, there's program Go Teacher where districts can look at their usage, tech usage. So their instructional tech that the teachers are using with kids. They can check immediately, and it's free for districts. They can check and see if there's a student data privacy signature on file, if it's being used, how much it's being used, by whom, for how much duration. And you can look at your free programs that way and your paid programs that way. The goal is that districts can get a return on investment. So they can say, oh, we're paying $8,000 to Lexia, but only 4 teachers are using it in the whole district. That is not a good use of our funds. Cape Cod Collaborative will hold the licenses for this, and districts will be able to get it through us. So that's another example of service innovation that we are looking to grow and expand, so that really Cape Cod Collaborative is the one-stop shop for anything you need. We're not looking to take your kids unless they need to come to us, but we are looking to make your lives easier. So I wanted to share that that's the vision. There is the expectation would be it would be a director-like position. So we want to post soon because it's the people who are going to apply for a position like this would have to, a July 1 start, would need to be applying now, you know, early February. So I wanted to give folks a heads up on that. So Mary Rose, I knew it. No, I love the question.
I can't remember what your title was.
Oh, it's up there, Director of Professional Growth and Service Innovation. And this slide deck, I write this slide deck for my report like the week of, because I add things as they go, but I always link it into the minutes.
Okay.
So you'll always get my slide deck when you get the minutes.
Okay.
So, but yes, that is the plan.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions on that? Okay. We're very excited to really grow what we can do. I wanted to give you, okay, so that was the fun part. This is the not so fun part. This is our year for DESE reviews. We are being audited or evaluated in English language education. That self-assessment is due Friday. I have done the work to put our self-assessment together for this. And I will give you a spoiler alert. There will be findings for sure based on our self-assessment. Collaboratives and ELE are a new sort of thing. In other words, kids who are English learners who historically went to collaboratives, the district was really responsible for ELE. That is still sort of the case, but it is changing to become the requirement of the collaborative. So ultimately, I believe that we are going to be found to meet to have ELE services as part of our programs. So just from a financial perspective, I want you to know that that could be an outcome of this audit. We are very lucky that at Waypoint, we currently have a teacher who is ELE licensed. All of our current English learners are at STAR right now, but we are starting in February to have that teacher consult virtually with our SEI endorsed teachers here so that kids are getting support in language acquisition from an ELE teacher through the consultative model. I don't know where we're going to end up, but just know I'm looking at all of these audits as an opportunity, being new, to see where we're at and let the state tell us. And then we'll have to, as a board, you'll have to make decisions about where we're going to put funding. But it is what it is kind of where we're at with that. Yeah.
And once again, so this certified ELE teacher is at Waypoint.
Yes.
And you're, if I understand this correctly, you're thinking of doing like a virtual. And how do students here at STAR do with virtual learning?
They won't do virtual learning, and
Oh.
this teacher teaches at STAR, so she won't be. She's
Waypoint.
sorry, at Waypoint. My bad. She is a teacher at Waypoint.
Okay.
She's not teaching ELE. She just
Right,
happens to
right,
have
right,
that license.
Right.
She will do consultation with the teachers here,
Oh, okay.
because the
All right,
teachers
all
who
right.
work with English learners here are all SEI endorsed,
Okay.
and she will support them as they support the
Okay.
kids.
Thank
Now,
you.
Desi might come back and say, not enough, sorry, you're gonna have to figure out something else. And then we'll come back to you and we'll figure it out.
Okay,
That's what we
thank
do.
you.
But no, it's a great question. They do poorly with virtual, I can tell you that. And it would not be any of our recommendations
Yeah,
to
okay.
serve students that way.
Well, I was a little surprised, but
Right?
that was my understanding, so I'm sorry.
No, it's a great question. And when I say I love that you ask questions. So
Yeah.
please know when I like
Okay,
tease you.
it's okay.
I'm so
It
grateful
wouldn't
that
stop me, so.
Yeah. I know that too. All right. And then the second one is collaborative review for special education and civil rights. So that self-assessment is due March 26th, and they'll be on site the week of June 8th. That is another one where I think I talked maybe 2 months ago about our sort of deficient sets of policies that we need to have put in place. I'm going to let them come and have the findings that they're going to have. I look at it as an opportunity for them to tell us what we need to do, and then we'll do it. So I think Dr. Woodward, actually, I meet with her on Thursday afternoons at 1. So tomorrow I was going to tell you, I'm going to actually have you do this one because Chris is coming on board. And Joan would have done the ELE one as well, but she's been the Waypoint full-time person. And I will obviously help, as will Julia. We've already started some of it, but that is coming. So just know, I am not someone who sits comfortably with knowing that we're going to have findings. It's like a visceral, I don't know, aversion. But I think it serves us in this moment to not try to make it look like we're doing. I think let's take their guidance and their technical support and let them help us. So
how many students would be involved in the need that you're addressing?
ELE, right now we have 8 students who qualify for English language education. However, I was at the Southeast Collaborative Regional Organization today, which is the executive directors of all the Southeast collaboratives. So Reed's, Pilgrim, North River in Rockland, and they're what they have told me, and I want to get clarification from Desi, is that what you have to do in a district for students who are English learners compared to kids who are nonverbal in any language, forget about, whether it's their home language or not, it's less intensive. So I think we could potentially do with the staff we have, maybe, but I won't know that until the audit comes through.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions on the reviews? Okay. Next, just an FYI, our Q2 quarterly report was in your packet. There is linked in the agenda this color version. There is a black and white version if you would like to, print it and make copies of that, and a 1-pager summary. if that's what you prefer. But as a reminder, the obligation of a collaborative board member is to share out quarterly with your school committees the happenings of the collaborative. So we hope this gives you some fodder for that requirement. If there's ever anything you want or don't want or want us to tweak, let us know. But thank you to the team who contributes to these quarterly reports, and to Jen Smith, who does the beautiful graphic design. Okay. And now we're at program update. So I am going to actually stop sharing so that, because Anders will be going first. I've decided that tonight. And we want to be able to see him. So let's start with transportation.
Alrighty. We have had a bit of a tough beginning to January. We lost a few monitors and drivers over the holidays for different reasons, which I'll go through when I kind of go district by district. But it's been a rough start. The flu has continued to hit us. Lots of people out. All of the folks in both of our offices are driving pretty much every day, myself included. We're just trying to get through this piece. But some of the pieces are falling into place right now. We just had a new driver who started this week. So things are kind of smoothing out a little bit, which is great news. So Bourne is the place where we got our new driver, Al Cunningham. He started this week. He's been training up there with one of our other drivers, and he's going solo tomorrow afternoon. So we're very much looking forward to that. He's done a great job so far. Passed his CDL road test on the first try, which these days is not easy to do. The state police are very, very difficult, put it that way. And very few people pass it on their first try, but he did really well. So he started again this week. He's partially covering for one of our drivers who goes on winter vacation. He goes to Florida for 3 months. Good for him. So our spare, we've had a permanent spare up there who's been driving an open route since the beginning of the year. So now he'll move into that, and we'll be essentially fully staffed up there right now, which is great news. Mashpee, we have one driver who left us. They were looking for something different, looking for some additional hours, and we just weren't able to come to agreement on what exactly she was going to do for us. So she's moved on. That's a Mashpee driver. We're right now covering it with people in the office, and we're searching for someone to take that route. We believe we have a spare who's interested, and we're hoping to get that filled quickly. Monomoy is kind of the big problem spot at this point. We do have 2 open routes, and we have another driver who's on medical leave, and we're not exactly sure when they're coming back. Again, the folks in the office have been terrific. We've got several people who have been trained on each one of those routes, so it's familiar to the students. We get the same people out there kind of on a rotating basis, so holding it together. But again, we've got those 2 open routes. Plus the person who's on leave, which we're hoping she'll be back soon. But again, it's been a little difficult. In Nauset, we had a driver who resigned last week. We knew it was coming. She's, as happens often on the Cape, a lot of our drivers are finding it very difficult to be able to live here. And she's been bouncing around to different places, and she just lost her housing. And she said, that's it. And she moved to South Carolina. So it's unfortunate, but it's a good opportunity for her to go down there. The good news is one of our Monomoy drivers took one of the routes down in Nauset. So we're in good shape in Nauset now. We still do have that one open route. We would have had 2. So things are going pretty well up there as well. Truro, thank goodness for Truro, fully staffed, has been for 2 years, knock on wood. So that's going well. And then Nantucket, we had a rough week in Nantucket last couple of weeks. We've had some issues with some of our staff, and we had a driver and a monitor resign this week. And we are scrambling to make it work with the people that we have over there. Right now, we're working with them. We're trying to get them to stick it out. So it's an ongoing situation, but we're making our contingency plans at this point just to make sure that we get those kids to school over there. Small bus and van, again, we had a driver who left. They've been trying to get in to drive in Sandwich as a 7D driver. I guess Sandwich offers their van drivers full-time employment, regardless of how many hours they work. They get full benefits through the town. They've all been talking about it. All of our 7D drivers are talking about it, and I'm hoping that we don't lose more. But that's, another challenge at this point. So he was really good, and we wished him well. We do have someone that we're hoping is going to be training for 7D shortly. And again, we've got spares that are out there and they're helping us out, and we're piecing the route together. So we've got that working right now. Overall, winter trips are in full swing right now. We are short on trip drivers at this point. Obviously, getting the kids to school is more of a priority for us. So some of the trips we've been telling the districts that, we'll do as many as we can, but if we've got an opportunity to fill a route, then we'll do that first. That's always our top priority, is to get the kids to school. There are other companies out there that have trip drivers that will come, kind of moment's notice and do that work for them. So we try to do as much as we can, but sometimes we just can't get it all done. Training, we have nobody in training right now. However, we've had a ton of activity over the last 2 or 3 weeks, which is great. We were all very concerned because not a lot has happened over the last few months. We've had that one person in training, and that's been it. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting phone calls. Again, our trainers are calling these people every week. We've got 2 people who now have their permit, and they're getting ready to, we're looking to hire them at this point, get them through the system, and they'll start training shortly. I believe we have 5 people that we're expecting to have in the training, starting their training probably within the next month or so, which is tremendous because we really need that at this point. So that's good news. And again, we're hanging in there. And we're hoping that these new folks coming in can help us to fill the gaps at this point.
So yeah, I want to thank Anders and Lisa and Brianna and Andrew and Rob and Heather and Shiloh and Andrea. These are all people who are dispatchers or managers. I didn't know if Wendy drove or not, so I didn't say Wendy.
She drives
For sure.
small bus, and Jamie.
And Jamie.
Jamie drives vans.
Who's our lead mechanic? Like I went into the green trailer the other day to drop something to Sean, and it was like a ghost town at like 8:15 in the morning. Everybody was driving. So it's just been, since we got back from break, the flu, the sinus infection, like it's been pretty rough, and they've done a fantastic job. So thank you for that. I haven't met with one driver last week. I'm meeting with 2 next week, or one's a monitor maybe and a driver.
Yeah.
So every time Lisa has somebody, Troy and I bring them in like within a day. And we're just doing our best, but you guys have done a phenomenal job. So thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions for Anders?
Oh, I did want to also talk about a little bit about the really good news is in December. In December, we were very well staffed, and I think I only drove 2 or 3 times. So we had a huge project with Zonar, which is kind of our electronic inspection piece that we've been working on. We've been upgrading that so that we can then move that into electronic timekeeping. So we had almost 100 tablets installed over the winter break into the remaining buses. We've done all but Nantucket right now. So we are fully functional. We had everyone trained. I believe I think we finished our training as well the first week of the school year. So the drivers are working through it right now. They're getting to know how to use the tablets, which is a bit challenging for some of our folks. But we're still working on putting together the electronic timekeeping, which we'll start doing hopefully January, February. We're going to start testing it certainly in January, towards the end of January. And that's very exciting for all of us to try to finally move into that phase, which we've been working on for probably 5 years.
Right now, the timesheets are on paper, and there might be a photograph that Anders gets. It might be a piece of scrap paper, like it's a cluster. The other big change that we are implementing July 1 at the collaborative, currently we have 2 payrolls. We have a weekly that all of our transportation and a few other people are on, and a bi-weekly that everyone else is on. We will be just going to bi-weekly pay starting July 1st. We had a volunteer Zoom call with everyone impacted last week. That was very well attended. I think there were like 45 people who came at 5:30 at night. Overall, it was, they were like, okay, we are running, and thank you to Troy, our HR manager, we are running through our employee assistance program, a financial workshop tomorrow night that is free of charge, virtual, for anyone on sort of budgeting and getting yourself ready to go from one paycheck from weekly pay to bi-weekly pay. The money will be the same, but it is a different, you have to sort of budget in a different way. So our employee assistance program we've sort of put that in place, and that session will run tomorrow night. So I think that will make the digital time and attendance, which Mr. Murphy and the transportation folks have done a phenomenal job coordinating, and going to a bi-weekly only will be enormous. I'm like so excited. One other quick thing that I forgot to mention is we have hired another person who will be starting February 2nd, same day as Chris. Nia Hanlon, who will be, I don't even know how to say this, because they will not be taking over for Amy, because that's not possible. But Amy is in fact retiring in mid-March. And so I know, right? But Nia is coming February 2nd, so there'll be about a month and a half of overlap for them as well. And I think with Amy leaving, a lot of systems that she sort of kept on her very broad, they're very small shoulders, but they held a lot. It's just not tenable for someone to do all of what you do. So any sort of streamlining we can do, we're very excited about.
Yes. So when he said tablets on the buses, I was like, what?
They're not looking at that. It's how they do their pre-check.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So it's a tablet that walks them through all of the things they have to check before they can.
But they're not going to be communicating they're not.
No, they have the walkies.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good question. No one is looking at screens while they're driving. Right. Very good question. All right. Let's go to Waypoint.
All right. I feel like I can be fairly brief this evening, being that one of the most exciting news is sitting with us in the room today. So so excited for Chris to start on February 2nd. Someone asked if I was counting by weeks, and it's actually it's in fact 11 working school days. Joins us at Waypoint Academy. So we're very excited. Waypoint is very excited. The staff is very excited for Chris to join us. Also, Waypoint is the spotlight of the quarterly report, so there's much in there. So just really kind of recapping in there. That speaks to Chris. It speaks to the holiday lunches, 2 of the field trips we had. The Waypoint students went to Plymouth Pawtuck's Museum and also the JFK Museum in Hyannis. And then I just wanted to add that just yesterday, Mr. Jerry Olette, and Miss Lincoln Ward, 2 of our teachers took quite a few students to the Waterworks Cape Cod Blue Economy Career Day, which was at Cape Cod Community College yesterday. It was from 9 to 1. There was, welcome assembly, then there were tour panels and activities, lunch was provided, and then the students came back a little after 1. There were all kinds of different different representation that were there at the building. You know, just some sampling: U.S. Army Corps, Barnstable County AmeriCorps, a lot of the organizations from Woods Hole, you know, Mass Hire, Cape Cod Community College, like their professional studies. It just, the list goes on, and I can certainly share that out with everyone. But the students had a fantastic time. It sounded as though there were some of our students, more and our seniors, that had a nice opportunity to meet with some of the folks that were there and have some real, you know, post-college, graduation readiness conversation. So that was a very huge success. We're really excited that the students are getting back out on field trips, very similar as though if they were still in district. So I think that I will close on all of those high notes.
Yeah. And Dr. Woodward has done a fabulous job keeping Waypoint not just going, but really pushing it forward from, you know, curriculum and instruction to sort of IEP writing and elevating all of our practice around high expectations for kids. So thank you, Dr. Woodward, for all your work there.
My pleasure.
We're going to head to Calvin and Star.
Not all about Calvin.
It's always all about
Yeah.
Calvin.
People will always say hi to Calvin first, and then they're like, "Oh, and I joined."
You got thick skin. Calvin is our therapy dog.
All about the dog.
Lives with Julia.
I feel like we just met, so I don't have a ton to report. Right before vacation, we did a wreath decorating project where all the kids, each classroom decorated wreaths, and then we raffled them off. So certain kids got to bring them home, which is great and creates some issues all at the same time that we always need to practice. Like, you don't always win. But so that's always fun. We do it every year. But please check out social media, because I have some very creative staff who created our own version of the 12 Days of Christmas. And it's quite funny. The kids were involved. You'll see some of the quirkiness of our kids that we enjoy every day and have a good chuckle with. So it was a lot of fun to create that. We're trying to continue with the 50th theme. So this month is 50 pets. So we're asking families to send in pictures of their kids with their pets. So we're accumulating those. If we need to fill in, we'll fill in. There's plenty of staff pets. I'm not like Calvin.
No, but I have 3 that I could share.
I know. I have 2 more at home too. So we have plenty of staff pets if we need to fill in. Next month is 50 exercise challenge. So I feel like I need to start training for what the reps might be for some of those exercises. Everybody seemed to return from vacation well. We're starting to get hit a little bit with some staff illnesses, hopefully not the flu. We have a field trip this week where half of the school will be going to Blake Planetarium in Plymouth. We've gone there before and the kids have really enjoyed that. So that's on Friday. I had a teacher get awarded one of the Cape Cod 5 grants. So that's for $500. She put in for revitalizing recess. It's to get some equipment, soccer balls, some soccer nets, things like that for our recess time. We currently have 5 referrals on my desk. We interviewed an OT candidate today, hopefully. So we're keeping our fingers crossed on that as we go through the process. But yeah, we just keep rolling here at Star.
All right. Thank you, Calvin. I was like, what? I know. Sorry, buddy. Thank you, Julia. Okay, and then the last part of my report is the staffing updates. It's very small this month because but next month I think you'll see a little, like Chris will be on there next month, Neil will be on there. So it's 2 changes, right? Or no, reductions.
Reduction.
Yes.
Yeah, and 2 people. Yeah, resignations for 2 resignations.
So that does require a vote.
So moved.
So move to accept, okay?
The reductions as.
Mary Rose moved and Terry Ann seconded.
Okay, so it'll be a roll call vote. They're in their packets, their names,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, so. Okay.
Oh, yes, the the personnel report is in the packet, yes.
Okay, I mean, for the vacancy. Okay, so, we could get a roll call vote on the, changes, okay, in staffing. Carrie,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Mary Rose.
Yes.
Devin,
Yes.
Mary Ann, yes, Catherine,
Catherine, yes.
Kathy,
Kathy, yes.
Roger.
Rogers wrote that he's having some tech issues.
Okay, so he'll say yes, won't he?
Well,
Roger, you can also abstain or type it if you would like to type it.
He did say yes? Okay. And Melissa?
Yes.
Okay, so that's everybody says yes.
So that's unanimous. And that's the end of my report.
Okay. Next, we will hear from Mr. Murphy.
Sure.
Financial review.
So I'll just go over a little bit of what we're working on now. The business manager's report did get sent just this evening. At this time of year, we begin to think about what our budgetary assumptions are going to be for this year, and folks that are new. The process is we try to approve the budget in May now. It used to be June. We pushed it to May. In April, we come up with the tuition rates, get that approved. In March, we're looking for guidance from your special ed directors about the student enrollment that we expect, especially at Waypoint, and then also at STAR. In February, we get confirmation of Cape Cod Municipal Health Group rates, health insurance rates, and those are going to be. We expect to see significant uptick in those healthcare rates. So some of the assumptions that we're talking about making this year, Hope talked about one of those, moving a 0.5 position up to a 1.0 position, and the background on that. As we've talked about for the past 3 years, we need to continue making progress in making sure that our COLAs for our staff are competitive with the COLAs that you negotiate with your staff. We started from a deficit, from behind. What our goal here is to try to get to the middle of the pack. Our goal isn't to be above everybody, it's just to be to the middle of the pack. So that making sure that our COLAs are competitive. And then our overall salary tables. We have spoken a bit about our paraprofessional salary table. We need to do some make some adjustments on our paraprofessional salary tables, primarily because the 2 districts that also run programs in a significant way, Barnstable and DY, made major changes to those salary tables that would have paraprofessionals that are most like ours. So, that's something that we're working on right now and have been working on. There is a discussion that we mentioned of potential changes to our OPEB benefits, meaning our retiree benefits. We agreed as a board that we would have a subcommittee take a look at that and make some recommendations. Right now, the retiree costs have been coming out of our OPEB, out of our operating budget every year. They've been minimal, about $50,000 or $60,000. That it could change if we change our OPEB retiree benefits. And I don't think it would make a big impact next year, but it could make an impact in the following years, because the implementation wouldn't be till January of next year, because that's when the OPEB rates in open
Enrollment.
enrollment. I was gonna say open season. Happen. And then I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. So health insurance costs in general across the board are going to be significant. And then we've talked a little bit about our efforts to do bus refreshing. Most of those costs are allocated directly to the districts, but if we did some purchasing of out of district buses, that's an ongoing discussion, especially as we're having a tough time being competitive with the districts for those out of districts, and then any other capital projects that we want to do. So those are the discussions we're having right now, and those would all feed into the overall budget.
Any questions? Yeah, according very well.
Sorry. I was part of a discussion with the finance subcommittee for Cape Cod Tech, and the business manager talked about the health benefit for Barnstable County, and that one of the big issues right now is the GLP-1 drugs.
Yep.
That are used for weight loss as opposed to health needs of diabetes or heart disease. And what she had said is that they're looking to not cover the GLP-1s, and that we might have to take out a separate thing to cover that for the personnel. And if they do cover the GLP-1s, the increase on the health insurance could be as high as 25%.
Yeah.
And they're talking 15% anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big increase.
Yeah. So we are a member of that Cape Cod Municipal Health Group. I attend those meetings. And Erin Orcutt has been terrific in her leadership of that. Michael McMillan of Monomoy has been terrific in his leadership on that Cape Cod Municipal Health Group work. It's a super challenging year for that. So it's the insurance companies that are dropping coverage of GLP-1. So how to handle that as a municipal health group is something that we're struggling with. And the expectation is that the statewide insurance companies are going to, or healthcare plan, GIC is going to drop that too. So it doesn't mean, just a differential here, if it's attached to a doctor's order for severe diabetes, something like that, it still would be covered, right? It's the nuance there of who can have access to it and how does it get paid for. So there's a lot of discussion, a lot of really thoughtful discussion that's being attached to that.
They provided us, because I don't vote, Patrick is the voter for us, but I get all the emails, and they gave us a distribution across Cape Cod Municipal of the usage, the current usage. Cape Cod Collaborative has fewer than 10, and if you had fewer than 10 people using it, it was just an end, like they didn't give you the number. But if you look at some of our towns, the town side plus the school side, it's in the it's in the 200s. And for some, by location. So it might be one town between their town side and their school side has more than 200 people using it. So I think I heard on the call people being really thoughtful about wanting people to be covered if they're already covered. And so I don't know where it's going to land. It's going to be interesting. But
the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group is self-funded, is it not?
Correct.
It always surprised me over the years that the insurance companies were driving decisions as it related to these self-funded groups, because really all Blue Cross, is it Blue Cross now still? They're our administrator, if you will, for the time. I'm sorry?
Yeah,
they're the third party, kind of middleman, but Blue Cross is ultimately writing the rules. So it always used to drive me crazy when these things would come up, because we would say, well, if we're self-funded, we're paying anyway, and if we want to pay these additional costs for the staff, Blue Cross is only gonna make more money anyway, because they're taking a percentage off the top of the bills that they pay. And
So, let me just jump in.
Yeah.
That Bill is sort of capturing the bigger picture discussion on this. Here's the gotcha on this. The trend lines that the insurance companies and the consulting group Gallagher have been seeing, not just with Cape Cod folks, but across the state, is that the growth in these GLP-1s has been so significant, so fast, that it could bankrupt people.
Companies?
Bankrupt Cape Cod Municipal. Right. So that it's going up in such a straight trend line that it could, within 2 years, be a third of all costs associated with healthcare. That's what has freaked people out. So they're sort of doing a butcher knife to this, whether or not there's some other kind of solution. That could
like
come
the
in.
trust,
Right.
like Cape Cod Municipal Health
Right.
Trust.
And the discussion that I've heard from some consultants is that we're going to find a way to move it into a wellness plan that is a little bit different, that is handled a little bit differently. Unlike our health insurance, it doesn't cover our eyes, doesn't cover our teeth.
Don't even get me started. You know that makes me bananas.
Yeah.
My teeth are still part of my body. I don't understand why it's separate.
That there could be a wellness plan is an idea that's being tossed out here. But what is causing this reaction by the health insurance plans and thus Cape Cod Municipal Health Group, which has been a terrific group for us, is that this trend line is scaring people to death. That it's just the costs are going up so fast, the adoption has gone up so quickly that it could bankrupt people with if you don't do something drastic right now.
I'll
So
only
that-
add one thing. It may be an analysis that's being done without the benefit taking these other categories of medical services that are not necessarily going to be needed or may not be as high because the illnesses that in a prevention model would be otherwise deferred.
And this is all of us need to know this information. The benefits of the GLP-1s are potentially 10 or 15 years down the road. That's almost, and no one has been able to quantify that yet because these are so full. So there's those discussions are absolutely happening. I suspect that these GLP-1 discussions are going to be ebbing and flowing in our insurance plans over the next few years, and how they get handled will change as we see the benefits play out and can quantify those benefits. But Cape Cod Municipal Health Group is doing a nice job. A bunch of volunteers who are on the board. We have some consulting help. Everybody's trying to learn this, and they're trying to make decisions that make sure that the health insurance plans that we all rely on for 100% of our employees are still available and somewhat affordable going forward. And this is kind of a reaction to the trend lines that we've been seeing. So no perfect answers yet on this, and thank you for bringing it up, because we all as board members should understand what's going on behind the scenes of this stuff.
You'll probably hear this at your own district
Yeah.
level as well, because I think most of the districts are in Cape Cod.
Oh, yeah.
Municipal.
Or another group that's
Right.
having the same issues.
So, more to come.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted on our end.
But we just need the warrants.
Yeah.
Mary Rose, would you, do we have to?
You need to
Bundle,
vote.
The bundle and then approve.
All right,
So I would make a motion that we bundle warrants 22, 23, 24, and 25.
Motion made by Mary Rose,
and I'll second it.
seconded by Terry Ann.
Okay, now we'll do a roll call vote. This is to bundle the warrants. So, Carrie,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Mary Rose.
Yes,
Devin,
Yes.
Jerry Ann, yes, Alicia. Oh, I'm sorry, she's not here. Catherine. Catherine. She's gone dark. We'll come back to Kat. Okay. Kathy.
she said yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Roger. Yeah, anybody hear anything or say anything?
No,
Okay, and Melissa?
Yes.
Okay, so that was to bundle them. Now,
I make a motion to approve the bundling of the warrant, to approve the warrants as bundled.
okay, and I'll second it. Roll along. So this is to approve those warrants. Carrie,
Yes.
Eve,
Yes.
Mary Rose.
I just have one question before I say yes. I'm just curious, Patrick, when you go through this and you see reimbursements for physicals, some of them are $75 and some of them are 100, and why is that?
Well, let's let Anders answer that.
Okay.
So anyone less than 70 years old has to have one DOT physical a year. So we give them $100 reimbursement. If you're over 70, you have to have two a year. So we give them $75 each twice a year.
Okay. So once a year they get $100 and
If you're under 70,
if you're under
you only
70.
have to get a physical once a year.
Yeah.
And we reimburse you $100 for
Yeah.
that. If you're above 70,
Yeah.
70 or over, you have to get two physicals. So we only reimburse you $75, but it's twice.
So people's insurance don't cover the physicals?
I think it's a
No,
DOT.
it's a DOT.
specific.
Yeah, they're DOT physical.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So, yeah.
Okay. Then me, yes. Catherine.
Oh, she's
I
gone.
think she's
She's gone now.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy.
Kathy warrants too, yes.
Okay. Roger. Roger. Is he gone too?
No.
He's there.
See if it's just
Can you shake your head yes or no?
thumbs up.
Muted. And then Melissa.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
No.
We,
He keeps muting it.
okay. ACH withdrawals.
Those are just informational,
Okay.
and the account reconciliation is just information.
All right. New business.
Okay, so last month, did we put it on as a first view for last month, the calendar? Yeah, we did. We talked about it last month, right?
Yep.
Yes, so this is the FY 27 calendar, which I remember when I had my son Gabe thinking he's gonna graduate high school in 2027, and that felt like a lifetime ago. And right now we are voting on the FY 27 calendar, and that's horrifying to me. We reviewed this with the district. Labor Day is very late next year, so Mashpee is the only one that's starting the 24th with staff and the 26th with kids. Everywhere else is either starting the 31st, like we're proposing, or after Labor Day. So we are proposing to keep it the week before Labor Day, particularly since our ESY programs run for 6 weeks. Our staff really do need a chance to leave, but also the cleaning that needs to happen in the summer, we need that window of time. So that is what we are proposing. Everything else, we're not proposing changes. Same PD schedule, half-day schedule, all of that, the same as this year.
Okay. What is your half-day schedule? It's like, a lot of districts the first Monday of the month or.
It's generally Fridays.
Okay.
And this I inherited too,
Yeah.
but it seems to work.
Okay.
And it's, I don't know the rhyme or reason of which Friday.
Okay.
I just mimicked years past,
Okay.
in collaboration with the program directors. But no, it's a good question. And then our full PD day in October is our All Cape
Yeah.
Day, and then there's always one in March as well. So
Okay, so.
Do we have to approve it?
Yes.
yes.
So I vote that we approve the
Yeah.
2026 to 2027 calendar as printed.
Okay, you're gonna
Second.
motion.
I motion, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
somebody else seconded this time. Was that Carrie?
Yep.
All right, moved by Mary Rose, second by Carrie.
All right, I won't be so quick on the. Okay, so, roll call vote to approve the calendar, please. Carrie,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Mary Rose.
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mary Ann, yes, Catherine, oh, she's gone, I'm sorry, is Kathy there still? Okay,
Kathy says calendar, yes.
okay, Roger? Wait, okay, and Melissa?
Yes.
Okay, we didn't hear from Roger, but,
Okay.
all right. And then, we have the meeting schedule.
Yep, I always include the
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
schedule, so you have it, but the next meeting is Wednesday, February 11th at 5.
And I guess I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, Steve, second. So Mary.
You beat me, Steve.
I did.
For Jen, we miss you.
Only
Jen.
on the important things.
Well, everyone says yes, right? You don't have a.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Welcome aboard, Chris.
your focus. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
I know.
We did. It got mailed to me.
I have